Good morning, Beacon.
Good morning.
I'm trying to find my words. I'm Kimi Nakata. My pronouns are she, her, hers, and I'm a member of the board of directors here at Beacon. I'm also a member of the Widening the Circle Committee and a co-facilitator of a community group. If this is your first time here or your 101st, we welcome you to Beacon, a Unitarian Universalist congregation in Summit, New Jersey, on the lands once inhabited by the Lenni Lenape. If you've arrived burdened by the weight of the world or entered with a song in your heart, we welcome you as you are. For me, this is the community that inspires me to search deeper in my heart and connect to other people in a real and meaningful way for justice and for exploration of our shared spirituality. There are many ways to be an active member of the Beacon community. You may teach religious education, help organize social justice presence in the social justice team or our new reproductive justice team, or sing in the choir. If you want to deepen your involvement in Beacon and to become a leader, we encourage you to sign up and come to the Beacon Leadership Retreat on September 9th and 10th. Check your email inbox for the Beacon Spark newsletter for information about how to get involved in any of these ways. And if you aren't getting Spark, go to summitbeacon.org to sign up and find out more about Beacon and Unitarian Universalism, or you can sign up in the lobby. We are a Beacon because we show up, each one of us. We show up for ourselves and each other, even when it's hard, especially when it's hard. It matters that you showed up today. You may never know how your showing up today made a difference in someone else's life. A greeting you exchanged or a smile you shared, lending an ear, creating community with your presence. You showed up today in this final full month of summer, in the heat, when many people take a break, however brief, whether near or far, from the activities that fill most of our year. We're glad you're here. Welcome to Beacon.
Thank you, Kimi. Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Thank you for that. So, in shorthand, they say like BRB is be right back, and AWF is away from, AFK is away from keyboard, and the kids have something about parents in room, right? And TIA is what? TIA is? Thanks in advance, thank you. So I asked for FIA, forgiveness in advance, because we have an interesting service today. Our person who was supposed to deliver the sermon, Mary Early-Zold, whom we are ordaining on September 10th, couldn't be here. She's unwell. We send her good wishes for a speedy recovery. So this is going to be a journey that we didn't quite plan on, right? Like you make plans to go places and then you show up there and then things happen, right? The ferry's already left or the train is too late. Things happen, right? So here we are on this journey together, right? We have fantastic music today. Thank you, Misa, and your friends Tammy and Sarah for being with us. We have Missy as a worship associate, Mia and Kit for our chalice lighting, Kimi, whom you heard doing the welcome. Erica is going to do the offering. So we are here together, Beacon, and it's going to be fun. Yes? FIA, you got that, right? Okay. So for now, I invite you to take a deep breath, settle yourselves in. People younger than 5th grade, you know that when we go downstairs, we do the chalice lighting and the gong. Your big people who are with you might not know what the chalice and the gong, especially the gong. What do we do when we strike the gong? Can I have a little person tell me? I know Max and Otto are in the room. Can you tell me? What do we do? Go ahead, tell me. Somebody tell me. Yes, Kathy, tell us. What do we do?
We
Yes. Yes, we put our hand up when this bowl gong is struck, and we lower it as it fades into silence. Why do we do that? Why do we do that? To show what? To show focus, that we're here, that we're present, right? So settle yourself in. It's a sacred hour. You made time for this hour to be here. Take a deep breath in and listen to the bowl gong, raising your hand as you hear the first notes and lowering it as it dissipates into silence. Ready?
Good morning, Beacon. I'm Missy Rogers, she, her, hers. Happy to be with you today. As we light our chalice, I happen to have a little insight into what this service will be like today. And I will tell you, it is going to be a gift for your ears. So as we begin today, just as we began with the gift of the gong to our ears, I encourage you to spend this hour with a great appreciation for the sounds that will be part of our service today. And so we light our chalice in honor and in gratitude for our gathering today.
I am absolutely thrilled to be here today with two of my friends who happen to be some of the finest musicians I've ever met. Tammy Petty is someone with whom I have sung literally hundreds of times. And I'll say in a multitude of religious institutions as well, different places. Our careers started long ago, and we've been I feel very, very fortunate. And I know that you're going to love hearing her sing. I'd say Tammy is particularly fortunate, as are we, because she's married to Sarah Griffiths. And as you'll see, they both have voices of angels that walk on earth. And being a pandemic and having to pivot, as Tuli was saying, and making changes on the fly, sometimes really is a silver lining, because it's just thrilling to be able to bring some repertoire to you today that we haven't heard before, and then some things that are very familiar. Tammy and Sarah, thank you for being here.
Thank you. When that storm comes, don't run for cover. When that storm comes, don't run for cover. When that storm comes, don't run for cover. Don't run from the coming storm, 'cause there ain't no use in running when that rain falls. You can help us out. Don't wash away when that rain falls. Let it wash away when that rain falls. Let it wash away, let it wash away that coming rain, the tears and the troubles. When those lights flash, you hear that thunder roar. When those lights flash, you hear that thunder roar. when those lights flash. You hear that thunder roar. Will you listen to that thunder roar and let your spirit soar when that love calls? Will you open up your door when that love calls? Will you open up your door when that love calls? Will you open up your door? You gotta stand on up and let it in. You gotta let love through your door when that storm comes.
A storm's coming, oh yeah.
Don't run for cover when that storm comes. Don't run for cover when that storm comes.
A storm coming, yeah.
Don't run for cover. Don't run from the coming storm, 'cause you can't keep a storm from coming. 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 Coming, coming, coming.
Thank you, Misa. Thank you, Tammy. Thank you, Sarah. That was truly a gift. So, my friends, I have a question for you all, and anybody can answer it, but generally we call this the story for all ages. Have you ever lost something, like a material object? Like, have you ever, like, lost something? Yes, yes, yes. Even those young in heart and spirit and mind can tell us. Yes, okay, great. So what was it that you lost? What'd you lose? A smartphone? Ooh, okay, a telephone. What else did you lose? A what? A sweater. What else? What did Stanton say? A watch, a cell phone, a sweater, Trisha? An umbrella. Those are annoying, right? Especially the ones that we get from the Metropolitan Museum that have the nice artwork and then you lost it. Yes. Go ahead. What did John lose? A book? A glove. Oh man, only a one pair glove is really annoying. All right. So what did it feel like? Oh, sorry, I have somebody else. Go ahead, Allison. What is with the so we moved from plastic bottles to these stainless steel water bottles to prevent the wastage of plastic, but then we lose the metal ones again, and it's like, what am I doing here? Yes, water bottles. Callum, did you have something else? Socks. My dryer eats my socks. Yes, they go in the wash, they go in the dryer, but then only one comes out. Yes, okay, all right. One earring, yes. That's why I have a third ear hole, so for the ones that were lost. Okay, so, oh, go ahead. 2 watches like Stanton. All right, so we've all lost something. What did it feel like when you lost it? When you discovered, because up until that time you were going around just fine, and then you realized you'd lost it. What did it feel like? Max? Is that Max or Otto? It is Max, right? Go ahead, Max. You felt confused, like, what? Yes, confused. What else did you feel? Callum? Oh, dang, I lost a sock again. Yet more socks to buy. Candace? Angry. Erica? Irritated. All right. Embarrassed. Anybody else? Sad. Yes. Okay, great. Thank you all. So, how'd you get over it? Did you actually find the thing again? Did you find the sock or the watch or the phone or the sweater? Did you actually find it? What happened? You found your sock. Yay. How did it feel when you found your sock, Callum? Then you could wear shoes. That's brilliant. You felt relief, maybe, right? Yeah, I found my sock. Max? Ah, so you found it, and then maybe you kind of had to. and then you lost it again, and that's really annoying. You find it, you lose it again. Other people, how did you just go out and buy another water bottle or another sweater? What did you actually do? Go ahead, John. Oh, how many of you have done that? Especially, where are my glasses? Where are my glasses? Oh, right there they are, right? Those of us who need glasses, this is what happens, right? Other people, Kathy? Yes. Okay. So what we want you to keep in mind for this service is sometimes we are very attached to our things, our many, many things that our houses are full of, and sometimes we have to let them go. Yes? So we'll keep that in mind as we go through the service. Erica, you had something? No, you're just... All right. That's great. Thank you so much. We're now going to, what's next in the order of service? Candlelighting. That's great. Mia is going to lead us in our candlelighting. When it's time, people from the balcony are invited to come downstairs to light candles. And after you've lit your candle, you can leave with Miss Jermaine, who's in the back here and raising her hand, and Amelia, who's waiting for you downstairs. Max, did you have a question for us? Okay, great. Thank you, Mia.
Good morning, Beacon. My name is Mia Morse, and I'm serving as your chaplain this morning. Chaplains extend the spiritual care of our community. One ritual of spiritual care is our community candle lighting. Together, we light candles of joy, sorrow, and gratitude. This morning, we light a candle for the devastation our siblings in Kentucky are experiencing as they piece together what's left of their lives. We light a candle of sorrow for Breonna Taylor's family as they continue to relive injustice, pain, and racism. Say her name, Breonna Taylor. May she rest in power. We light a candle of celebration for the voters in Kansas that affirmed choice for all of our siblings that need bodily autonomy. For all of our siblings that may need to exercise bodily autonomy now and in the future. And a happy birthday candle for our dear brother, Karl Marx, as he nears his 100th birthday. Yay, Karl! For this and so much more, we invite you to come forward now to light a candle here in our sanctuary or wherever you are, maybe on your home altar.
I am a poor wayfaring stranger, traveling through this land of woe. There'll be no sickness, no toil, no danger in that fair land to which I'll go. I'm going there to meet my Savior. I'm going there no more to roam. I'm just going over Jordan. I'm just going over home. I know dark clouds will gather round me, but I'll be home in a little while. I know this sweet voice will surround me, and we will walk together. I'm going there to meet my loved ones. I'm going there no more to roam. I'm just going over Jordan. I'm just just going over home. I'm just a poor wayfaring stranger, just traveling through this land of woe. There'll be no sickness, nor toil, nor danger in that bright land to which I'll go. I'm just a poor wayfaring stranger.
We now move into a time of a centering meditation. I was very fortunate to have grown up on the central coast of California, and for about 3 years I lived in a little town called Shell Beach. And I was also very fortunate that the end of my street was the Pacific Ocean. And I lived there during middle school. And for some reason, I had enough wisdom and understanding to know that the best place for me to go in all the craziness inside my head of middle school was to walk to the end of my street and be at the ocean. So although we cannot do that literally today, I'm going to invite you with me to the ocean with a little assistance. I think that this will work best if you do close your eyes. I invite you to do so, or rest your gaze, maybe on our candles. And if you, like me, have a particular place that you've been at the ocean and you wish to think about the visuals of that place, but mostly think of the sound of the ocean. Maybe you've experienced the smell of the ocean, that particular, not so good and yet beautiful smell all at the same time. And maybe after that bigger wave, you had that little bit of mist which fell upon your skin. invite you now to slowly return back to our place here with the calmness and steadfastness and tumult of the ocean.
When I breathe in, I'll breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I'll breathe out love. When I breathe in, I'll breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I'll breathe out love. When I breathe in, I'll breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I'll breathe out love. When I breathe in, I'll breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I'll breathe out love.
Good morning, Beacon.
Good morning.
I'm Erica Malinowski. I go by she, her, and I am normally remote, so I want to give a special hello to everybody who's doing virtual and now, but it is so wonderful to be back in person and to see all of the wonderful people who are my beacon, and to listen to the amazing music. Stanton has been a huge fan of pianos and all things music, so it is just so wonderful to be back in person. And Beacon has been a sustaining force in my life through the entire pandemic. And before that, we moved here in 2019. And even now, as we've been juggling 6-month-old twins and all the fun stuff, yes, yeah. And I also just want to give a special thank you to all the people who have made it possible to do the multi-platform worships that we have today. And yes. And I didn't realize it until I got involved with the building project for 695. Yes, yes. Reverend Emily roped me in. So glad she did. So glad. But our beautiful historic sanctuary, it doesn't just predate the internet. It predates the telephone. It predates widespread adoption of the automobile and the radio, of all things. And so I had never realized how much effort goes into retrofitting something that is almost impossible to retrofit in order to get the audio and the visual. And how much that has meant for me being connected to Beacon in all the times and all the struggles that we've had in the pandemic. And so I was thinking about all the things that I wanted to say as for the offering, because who has been reading the what's it called? Annual report thing? Report, 4-part thing, yes, long. Did you know we did all that? My heavens. I mean, we are a big congregation for UUs, but the number of things that we do, oh, it is amazing. And so I'm looking through that list and I'm like, all the things that are really important to me. And I realized what I really want to talk about is that I just enjoy doing the offering. I enjoy putting the money in the plate when it goes around. And, you know, I've been online and I've said, you know, doing the PayPal and whatever. And I'm like, I was here, Tuli. I was here. Because, you know, she's the one who responds like, is this for the plate? Is this for your pledge? Because, I mean, we do all the pledges, you know, electronically typically. But you know, being able to do that, that was just such a fun thing for me. And it's funny because that was not always the case, you know. Most of the time when I first encountered organized religion and the plate goes by, I'm like, oh, like, I don't know about that. And Reverend Emily did a sermon like last month, right, on like attitudes toward money and the things that we've learned and all that kind of thing. And it occurred to me as I was thinking about that like being asked for money or like asking for money, even worse. It's just this incredible set of just like wariness, like I'm gonna be drained dry. Like you can't open up that little like bit to give, or like somehow I'm gonna be drained dry. Or if I'm asking for money, the shame, like look away from the shame or something like that. And the way that so many of my secular experiences have just like reinforced that and just taught that message, whether it's the message of how do you act when passing someone who's asking for money, or whether it's the political campaigns where I really feel like they would be happy to suck me dry and like not even notice, even without the occasional scam or those kinds of things. And one of the things that I realize that I just love about Beacon is that it's a safe place to say yes, that I can be assured that no one's here to suck me dry, that it's to give and to receive, and that being just such a powerful experience. And that it's really profound in the way of just opening that crack of saying, what have I learned? What are my assumptions? And maybe they're not true. What are those little things that I have believed all my life? And then I come here and I'm like, maybe I don't have to be afraid of opening up. Maybe I don't have to be afraid of saying yes. Maybe I can trust someone else and they'll actually come through for me. Those things. And so as the offering plate goes around, I just encourage you to think and feel, what is it that comes up for you when you're doing that offering? And what are those things that you can learn about yourself as you feel that? So this morning's offering will now be gratefully received.
Sometimes I feel discouraged and think my work's in vain, but then the Holy Spirit revives my soul again. Oh, there is a balm in Gilead to make the wounded whole. There is a balm in Gilead to heal the sin-sick soul. If you cannot sing like angels, if you cannot preach like Paul, go home and tell your neighbors he died to save us all. Oh, there is a balm in Gilead to make the wounded whole. There is a balm in Gilead
Incredible. Thank you. What a gift. What a blessing. So for our shared time together, it's going to be a community time. I'll just give you the framing, and then Missy's going to set us up, and then I'll give you some more instructions. Take a deep breath, and you're going to be going into groups of 4 or 5. I'm not going to tell you who your groups are, except I would like to suggest that if you've come as a couple, we don't want to separate you like permanently, but just for the next 15 minutes, we invite you to explore outside the bounds of your committed relationship. Did I do that okay? I did that okay. I did that okay. Great. So Missy's going to set us up, and then I'm going to give you some further instructions. Thank you, Missy. Okay.
So have you ever had someone challenge you with that challenge to open a book that's right next to you and open a page and close your eyes and point to a paragraph and read it? Or have you ever had a book, like a devotional book, where there's a reading each day and you've had that experience with, I can't believe how many times this thing that I'm reading today actually is meaningful to me today, right? Well, I had that experience this morning. A little after 7, I found out that the service as we thought it was going to be different. And I thought, okay, let me look for a reading that I can add to the service today. And I started the process, and then I remembered the only devotional book that I own is the Book of Awakening by Mark Nepo. And so I thought, let me just see what August 7th says. And I'm getting chills right now telling you, just like I got chills earlier, and I'll probably have chills as I read it to you, because it fit beautifully with the overall theme of the service today. It's entitled, What We Bring Along. In our journey through time, we all struggle constantly with what to bring along and what to leave behind. It feels so hard to throw anything away, but if we don't, we will drown underneath a weight of our own making. The river is a good model. It doesn't own the water that rushes by, yet it couldn't be in more intimate relationship to it, as the force of what moves through shapes it. It is the same with everything we love. In truth, there is no point to holding on to the deepest things that matter, for they have already shaped us. The purpose of sentiment, then, is to release the powerful feelings that sleep in us. Sometimes books and cards and shells and dried flowers do this. But often we carry more than we need, seldom trusting that what these small treasures represent is already living within us. Often the most useful gift we can give ourselves is to lay our lives open like a river.
Thank you, Missy. So as you get into your groups, you're going to have about 12 minutes. What you want to do when you get in your groups is introduce yourself, say your name, perhaps say the town that you're from. And then the question is, like the story that we had earlier, what have you lost? What have you found? What has Beacon helped you find? I know, lots of questions, right? What have you lost? What have you found? What has Beacon helped you find? And what are you committing to finding and discovering in yourself in the coming year? Good? Can we do this? We can do this. Upper balcony people don't need to come down. I think there's about 8 of you if you want to make 2 groups of 4. 9, yeah, so if you make 1 group of 4 and 1 group of 5, that'll be great. And please enjoy. Virtual participants, you have instructions in the chat as well. I'll ring the bowl gong when it's time to be done, and Misa will lead us in our closing song.
probably me too.
Okay, we have 1 more minute if you'd like to wrap up. We have 1 more minute if you'd like to wrap up. But do take the minute. No?
This is the sound of one voice, one period, one voice, the sound of one who makes a choice. This is the sound of one voice. This is the sound of one voice. This is the sound of voices too. The sound of me singing with you, helping each other to make it through. This is the sound of voices too. This is the sound of voices too. This is the sound of voices three, singing together in harmony, surrendering to the mystery. This is the sound of voices three. This is the sound of voices three. This is the sound of all of us, singing with love and the will to trust. Leave the rest behind, it'll turn to dust. This is the sound of all of us. This is the sound of all of us. This is the sound of one voice. One people, one voice. A song for every one of us. This is the sound of one voice. This is the sound of one voice.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Would you come forward? Would you come forward, please, Beacon? Thank you, Beacon. Thank you. Come forward. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, Tammy. Wait, don't sit down. If you're able to rise, that's great, and body your spirit. And we're going to do a responsive benediction. Some of you might remember it from way back when. So I say something and you say it back to me, okay? And now in our comings and goings, may the light of love shine down upon us.
May the light of love shine down upon us.
Out from within us,
Out from within us,
be gracious unto us,
be gracious unto us,
and grant us peace.
and grant us peace.
For this is the day we are given.
For this is the day we are given.
Let us rejoice
Let us rejoice
and be glad in it.
and be glad in it.
Blessings and amen.
Amen.